The next morning, the hotel staff moved like shadows, silent, tense, and overly cautious. Rumors had spread like wildfire overnight. Some said Mr. Faisal was a royal businessman. Others whispered that he was secretly reviewing the hotel for an international award. But nobody knew the truth, that the quiet, misunderstood man they had once mocked was actually the owner of the entire hotel chain. Mr. Faisal woke early, his habits disciplined and precise. When Amara arrived with his breakfast, she found him seated by the window, gazing at the sunrise. The soft golden light fell across his calm, unreadable face. "Good morning, sir," she greeted. He smiled faintly. "Good morning, Amara. Today is going to be an interesting day." She didn't understand what he meant, but she could sense something powerful and deliberate in his tone. He asked her to sit and go over the day's schedule. A meeting was planned with the regional manager and several senior staff. It sounded routine, but Mr. Faisal's quiet smile hinted that it would be anything but ordinary. As they walked through the lobby together, everyone's eyes followed them. The same people who once ignored him now stood straight, offering nervous greetings. The manager from the previous day practically ran to open the door for him. "Mr. Faisal, sir, hope you're enjoying your stay," he said with an awkward laugh. Mr. Faisal simply nodded, but his calm gaze made the man sweat. Amara noticed how differently everyone treated her now, too. The receptionist who once rolled her eyes at her now smiled sweetly. The bellboy who told her to stay out of guest areas yesterday now said, "Good morning, Miss Amara." She didn't let it get to her. She knew this sudden change wasn't kindness. It was fear. When they entered the conference room, the air was thick with tension. The regional manager, Mr. Harris, stood up immediately to shake Mr. Faisal's hand, unaware of his true status. "Mr. Faisal, such an honor to have you here. We hope your stay has been pleasant." Mr. Faisal smiled slightly. "It has been enlightening." They began discussing the hotel's performance and service standards. Amara sat quietly beside him, taking notes. Everything seemed normal, until Mr. Faisal opened a small folder on the table. Inside were photos, printed emails, and guest feedback reports. His voice was calm, but sharp as he began to speak. "I visited this hotel without announcing who I am," he said. "I wanted to see how guests are treated when they are not recognized or rich-looking. What I saw was disappointing." Everyone froze. Mr. Harris frowned, confused. "Sir, what do you mean?" Mr. Faisal turned toward the manager and receptionist seated nervously at the far end. "Perhaps they can explain," he said. "When I arrived, I was ignored, mocked, and denied service because I could not speak English fluently. Not one person tried to help me except for her." He nodded toward Amara. All eyes turned to her. Amara's heart raced. She wished she could disappear, but Mr. Faisal continued. "This young woman, despite her position, showed compassion, respect, and courage when no one else did. She reminded me what true hospitality means." The manager's face turned red. "Sir, it was all a misunderstanding." Mr. Faisal cut him off gently. "A misunderstanding repeated by many people is no longer a mistake. It's a culture, and that culture must change." Then he pulled out another document, a legal one, signed and stamped. "Perhaps it's time everyone here learns who I really am." He placed the paper on the table. It bore the company logo, and under the title Owner and Chairman was written, Faisal al-Rashid. The room went dead silent. The manager's jaw dropped. The regional head looked stunned. Even the receptionist's eyes widened in shock. After a few seconds, almost in unison, everyone stood up, murmuring apologies. Mr. Faisal raised a hand. "Please sit down. I am not here to embarrass anyone. I am here to remind you that no job, no guest, and no person is beneath respect." He then looked at Amara, who was still frozen in her seat. "Amara," he said warmly, "because of your honesty and courage, I have decided something." He turned to the staff. "From this day, she will no longer work as a maid. She will be promoted to guest relations supervisor and will assist in training staff in hospitality and ethics." Amara's mouth fell open. "Sir, I don't know what to say." Mr. Faisal smiled. Say yes, and promise me you'll never lose the kindness that makes you who you are. The staff clapped politely, though some faces still showed jealousy. But for Amara, it didn't matter. Her heart swelled with emotion, not just for the promotion but because someone had finally seen her worth. As the meeting ended, the once arrogant manager approached her quietly. Amara, I'm sorry, he said. She looked at him and simply replied, I forgive you. Just remember what he said. Respect shouldn't depend on who's watching. That night, as Mr. Faisal prepared to leave, Amara walked him to his car. You changed my life, sir, she said softly. He smiled. No, Amara. You changed mine. You reminded me that wealth without humanity is worth nothing. The car door closed, and as it drove away, Amara stood there under the glowing hotel lights, no longer just a maid, but a symbol of courage, humility, and kindness.